Today we're heading somewhere that'll bring out the kid in all of us. We're headed to Railfest, one of the largest railroad shows in the southern part of Canada. A place your inner child is going to love. You can really tell that whoever built this loved every second of it. You can see it in all the details. Attracted some of the best in the business, drawing from a wide area, including multiple provinces on either side. And I will show you up close and personal some of the most beautiful scenes that I have ever seen. It's a day for memories, creativity, and miniature magic. There are several displays, and they're spread out all around this area. I wonder how many people who are here at this exhibit would like to shrink themselves down and get into one of these trains and go for a ride. There's grandparents, grandkids, and some of the big kids too, building tracks and trains side by side, making memories along the way. Have a look at this little tiny town and the emergency vehicles. My goodness. Little streets, little cars, little people, so authentic. Behind this train, there's a hotel on fire. I'm with Fred and Larry, and they're from Moose Jaw. They're from the Moose Jaw Thunder Creek Model Railroad Club.
Hudson CP Hudson, and it's pulling a set of 1930s lightweight passenger cars.
Great, I'm gonna turn it around. Here we go. So what sorts of things can you do on the controller?
Controls the speed, controls the lights, controls the sounds, how heavy a chuff, and there's various functions on the engine, various lights, forward, reverse lights, and headlights, number lights.
So I'm going to ask you the question that everybody wants to know. Can you blow the horn?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, it's coming.
Well,
so we're going to get.
This isn't mine,
yours.
So
oh, have a look.
Mine's going to be a little time getting around.
When Fred's. Oh wait, wait.
That's somebody else's.
Who's blowing the horn?
That's Jill's.
So this is Jill, and Jill is blowing the horn with his controller. Now yours, Jill, your controller looks just a little bit different than Fred's does.
It is. Fred has a lens system controller, and this is manufactured by CVP, and it's an add-on to the lens system.
You're mobile. You seem to be mobile.
Yep.
And Fred is locked in over there.
Well, to the point where in every module has a plug that you can plug into. So he can move around the layout, but he has to plug in the controller string.
I see.
Where I don't.
This is fun. I'm having a really good time.
It is a lot of fun.
I was just at your show last week, 2 weekends ago, right? In Moose Jaw.
Okay.
That's your show, right?
The end of March.
Yeah, I was there. I took my husband.
The second one coming here.
Oh, the hardest part of this is not
Make
wiggling.
It round out.
Here we go. You said that you were getting drowned out just a little bit.
Yeah, but the other train.
But that's okay because then you can play.
Diesels are so noisy.
Are they?
I think the best part about your train being quiet is you could play with it and not wake your kids up.
Well, that's true. That's true. And with the horn, every time I go past Barry, who's down at the far end, I can blow the horn on it and wake him up.
That's right. Thanks very much.
Right.
It's amazing how these tiny railroads seem larger than life, but maybe it's because they don't just carry trains, they carry memories too.
So pointing out that little yellow truck, that arborist truck, I put that on there because of my son. My son is a qualified arborist. That's what he does for a living. And I put that to represent him. And there's other things on the layout that are designed to recognize some of our members as well. I can show you some more if you want.
Sure.
We have a member that at the time we built this was an Air Canada pilot. So we put that there on his behalf so to recognize him. Now he's retired from Air Canada, but still, it's still there. And his name's on there, so you know who it is. And this is a collaboration. I'm not sure who built the original or who put the original kit together at first. And then I did the electronic inside, and then another member did all of the ladders and the fans and everything to make it look like an industrial building. So.
Look at this. 3 trains at a time. This train looks different than every other train that's here.
All right, well, I can tell you the story. This one is my tribute to the RCAF. The paint scheme on the locomotive was produced by Canadian Pacific a few years ago to recognize the military, the Air Force part of the military. And the 3 hopper cars have 3 different airplanes on them. The series of 12 cars were produced for the 100th anniversary of the RCAF. And the 3 that I acquired were the 3 that I flew in my military service.
Model railroading isn't just about trains, it's about patience, creativity, and pure joy. Every single detail says something about the person who built it.
That a bad day of railroading is better than a good day in the office.
Absolutely right. The livestock industry and trains have been friends for a really long time, depending on trains to move livestock all around the country. And not far from the livestock yards, we have the farm. And a big part of farm life are the grain elevators.
It's good.
This one is a real crowd favorite, especially with the women who just love the miniature aspect. In fact, I just heard someone say, I just love miniature everything.
There's just something about the sound of a train on the tracks, even a tiny one, that just takes me back to when I was a kid. These aren't just model trains, they're craftsmanship. In fact, this is art. It's my new friend Ray. Ray's from Winnipeg.
Right on. And what is this for?
This is for YouTube.
YouTube.
I have a YouTube channel about interesting people doing interesting things.
Oh, cool.
And I think that model railroaders are really interesting people.
Right on, yeah. We are.
Absolutely.
We are very good.
So how long does it take to put this Winnipeg track together?
We start, I think, about 2.5 hours.
That's not bad. And how many guys are working on it?
There's 10 of us.
Okay.
Some of us are a little more handicapped because we're old.
Oh, I see. And you give the directions to everyone else?
Kind of, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So 10 dudes away from adult supervision for the weekend in Regina?
Yes.
That sounds like a great weekend.
It's win-win.
It's win-win.
The wife
That's right.
wins with us gone, and we win.
So what drew you to model railroading? Like, how long have you been involved?
I've always loved trains ever since I was a kid. My dad worked for the railway,
Okay.
but for me it was more the model train thing.
That's really cool. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Thanks. You know, it occurred to me that these happy fellows aren't just building trains, they're building memories. Memories of times past or even moments still to come, and they're sharing them with everyone in places like this. Look at this one, the way that it's concentric circles where they've got a great deal of rail estate or real estate, but in a very small space because they've got the concentric circles. The train just goes around and around on the same platform. This is really clever design.
With a foam cutter, which has worked quite nicely, but I was a
Photographer or just your own interest?
YouTuber.
Oh, nice. That's cool. And is your model trains your specialty or just like...
Interesting people doing interesting things. That's my
there
specialty.
you go.
I travel all around Canada and I talk to cool people doing cool things.
Oh, nice.
I'm having such a good time, and I just love how one little train, well, maybe hundreds of little trains, can really make your day.
I'm Ivan. I model grain elevators based on ones I've photographed in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. And my son and I have been doing this for around 10 years or more. And most of the elevators we see here are actual ones we photographed over the course of the last 10 years.
So what are your thoughts about disappearing grain elevators and your role in preserving them?
That's one of the reasons why we want to be photographing as many as we can to preserve them. Some of these are already gone, the ones that we photographed. I do understand why they have to go. Like the elevator in my hometown burnt down right in the middle of town. The whole town was evacuated because of it. So it's not something you want to have to deal with. And a lot of them are just literally rotting due to neglect.
Yeah, they become very expensive to maintain.
Yeah, and they're really like even if a farmer buys them, unless his farm is right there, it's not a lot of use to them because you can literally put up steel bins of way more capacity for a lot cheaper. So
It's really fun walking. It's really fun, in fact, but maybe a little worrisome. I feel like if I'm not really careful, I'm going to miss some little gem tucked away somewhere in some of this scenery. If happiness was a sound, I think it would be this little train whistle right here. Sometimes I look at these and I don't even know where to look first. Like there's a whole world going on in there. little details in these layouts that really draw you into the story.
And then the train just moves into another whole world. A settler's town.
When I look at these layouts, I'm amazed by the love and care that goes into every inch. It's a reminder that slowing down and building something just for the sake of building it is still a really good thing to do.
Look who I found. It's Russ and Murray, my train friends from Arcola. Are you guys having a good time?
We're having a wonderful time.
What was your favorite display?
All of them.
Oh, that's a good train answer.
My favorite one was the Martinsville.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Well, just in case I don't run into you on my next adventure, I'd still love it if you could join me. In fact, here are a couple of suggestions. Just click the link and I'll see you there. More exploring Canada, more interesting Canadians doing interesting things in their own backyards.